Welcome back, everybody, to Factorio. My name is Tom, and this is episode number 6. In today's episode, we are going to be automating the red and green science, and then we'll probably try to rush to the trains and continue to set up a defensive perimeter around our starting base. So with that said, let's get started with today's episode. All right, well, I received a lot of positive feedback on the problem solving when it came to the green circuits here, and it appears that I did figure out the ratios correctly, and I thought it was pretty fun and challenging at the same time. Occasionally, I will be working with ratios. One of the viewers said that understanding how ratios work is good, but you want to learn ratios so that you can produce the product that that component is going into. For an example, we're trying to automate some green science, and green science requires the sorters and conveyor belts. And to produce 1 second of science, you would have to produce a certain amount of those belts and the inserters. And so that's what I mean in my prior comment here. And you know what? That is pretty complex for me to do in my head. Probably pretty much impossible. I would have to use a piece of paper and pen and sit down for an hour or two to figure out the ratios. I know I could do it now, but it would just take a while to do that, and that is just not applicable to a episode here. So I will be resorting to the Factorio calculator for those type of ratios. Typically in automation games, I feel more comfortable eyeballing the production line. For an example, if I see some iron plate belts or copper plate belts getting thin on one side, then that's when I will begin producing more of that component. So I hope you guys understand, and that is my approach to beating Factorio. Just a reminder, this is my first time playing through Factorio, so I'm not trying to do perfect ratios here. I'm just trying to get to the rocket and launch it. I don't want to fail this playthrough. And so with that said, guys, let's continue on our path towards the green science. I believe it's called automation science. Okay, automation science. And this is... Okay, no, the red is automation science. And then the green. What is the green? Logistics. Okay, so automation and logistic science. And if I hit T for the research tab, you can see we have 3 more research left here. We need to unlock steel processing, which will allow me to smelt the steel from iron plates, and I will get the steam or the steel beams and the steel chest, which is really nice. So I'm going to queue that up, and then we can then increase the shooting speed of most projectiles, shooting weapons. And then we can do the physical project or the projectile damage 1. So that applies to the magazines, the shotgun, the turret, and this is for the magazines and shotgun shells. Okay, excellent. So 3 more research here with the automation, and then we'll move into the automation and logistics research. And take a look at this. We get advanced material processing. It's a faster and more flexible furnaces. There's the engine. We get the electric energy distribution, flexible ways to distribute electricity, and we're really wanting to get to the railway and begin automating our factory with the trains. Yeah, guys, we are going all in with the trains. I'm super excited, and this is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to go through the mechanics with all of you here. Okay, let's queue up the steel research, which it is, so we're good there. And we'll let that go. And apparently, to close this tip panel, I could head over to the tips tab here, and we can say mark as red. And we'll do that for all of these. Wow, there's a lot of them. Okay, there we go. We got rid of all of those tutorials, and then we can always come back to the tips and tricks tab here to go through anything that I may have missed. And since I'm on here on the page, let's just take a look at some tutorials that I might have missed. So we get to the steam power, electric poles, low power, yes. What else can I take a look at here, guys? What else? We got the trains, and we're going to be going through all the trains. This is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get to this episode. Okay, build by dragging. Yep, we know all about this. There's logistic networks, ghost building, fast replace. Is there anything I might have missed here? Shooting at targets. I don't think I've seen this one. You could shoot enemy targets pressing spacebar with your cursor near the enemy. You can shoot a selected neutral or friendly entity by pressing C. Okay, that is something very new. So apparently you can shoot entities on the map. Okay, that's really, really nice. Insertion limits. Okay, yeah, it feeds 5 or more items. So it limits the entity. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It says here, an inserter will not insert anymore. This allows other fuel to travel further down the transport belt to other boilers instead of first in the queue. Hoarding everything. This also applies to the turrets, assembly machines, stone furnaces, and the labs. Okay, yeah, I would imagine that would affect the ratios, right? Maybe one furnace takes 2 ores, and then the second furnace can't grab that extra ore. So yeah, I can see that being an issue. All right, guys. All right, I think we're good here. We'll have to go over through the logistics network, personal logistics. Oh, guys, look at the robots. We're gonna get robots. Oh, this looks super cool. Okay, well, we're gonna get there hopefully sooner than later. All right, well, I think it's time to begin the automation science here. Logistics science. Okay. Logistics science says 8.7 seconds. And this one is 5.5 seconds. All right. So the logistics science is a bit slower than the automation science. All right. And it takes a bit more of the iron and copper plates. So science is getting a bit slower and more expensive, which makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look at the map, and everything appears to be looking nominal. So I'll consider placing up some walls and turrets in today's episode, but right now, today's episode is just focusing on getting the logistics science up and running. Okay. So I am going to delete these. And we're going to go ahead and place down some assembly machines right here. All right. And so I'm just going to copy this like that. And then I'm going to actually queue up some more of the assembly machines. So I'm going to hit right click to queue up 5 at a time, and then I can switch this over to the logistics science pack. And then I'm going to do control right or shift right click and then shift left click to paste the recipe down. Very nice. Okay. And then now we need to figure out how to... Okay, yeah, we need to automate the belts and the sorters. Okay, the belts and the sorters. Thankfully, we have the sorters or the belts here, so we can get the belts up and over. Okay, that's good. And then, yeah, all we need to do is get the inserters. We need to automate the inserters. Okay, there we go. Yep, and then I need to queue up some of those inserters. And what do we need? We need some iron plates, so I'm going to go and pick up some of those plates by holding F. And before I get started with this, let's try to knock down some of these trees with our submachine gun by pressing C. Ah, okay. So we do have a method to clearing down the trees. So hopefully we can get some explosives or some drones to clear the trees out when necessary. All right, well guys, let's begin working with the inserters. We had to set up the green circuits. That's all done. Now we can move into the inserters. And right click on those to craft up 5 at a time, and let's begin the automation. All right, inserters, please. So we need some gears, plates, and the green circuits. All right, no problem. I'm just going to sample that, and actually, how do I want to do this? Well, let's follow this layout over here. I really like this layout that I discovered in the last episode. It's really minimal, but it's really expensive using these underground conveyor belts. So we're going to have to definitely automate those. And so hopefully I can take care of that as well in today's episode. So I'm going to queue up those underground belts. Just like that. And we're going to... Oh, wow. We need some transport belts. And I keep saying conveyor belts, but here in Factorio, they call them transport belts. So let's be legal and call them by the true name, transport belt. Transport belt. Okay. And I'm going to open up a couple more slots here. Very nice. All right. And let's bring down our underground belts, and we're going to go like this. I think this is going to work. I actually, you know what? We might need more space. So what I'm going to do is go one space and another space over like this. And I think that should work. So we're going to need a splitter to branch off with the iron plates. So we'll do that, and then we'll go underneath like so. Yeah. Now we are getting to this cliff here, which is really problematic. So we're going to have to weave all this over and down. So this is really, really problematic. And another thing we have to problem solve our way through. But I know we can do it. All right, so let's begin. So the iron plates are going to come down here. Actually, nope, we need to... I see what I did here. So let's delete these belts here. And we'll go 2 tiles over to the right. And then 2 tiles to the left and then down. Okay. Very, very nice. And then what we can do is continue our iron belt over like so. And again, I'm trying to keep zoomed up for all of the viewers here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, good. So that is working out pretty good. Let's select the recipe to logistics science. No, not logistics science. Guys, we are automating inserters. There we go. So we have the iron plates done. Now let's get the gears over here. So I will do this with the gears. And we'll come down. Actually, if I bring this over, we're going to have to, this will work. Let's continue the copper plates over. Like that. Yeah. What's happening here? We need an underground belt for this. There we go. Okay. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. All right, and then let's click the underground belt. And we'll go 4 tiles underneath the conveyor belts. And this kind of looks odd here with these 2 underground belts like this. So I'm going to continue with the consistency. I'm going to go under like this. That means we need to come up 1 tile. How about we do this? We sample the underground belt and we go as far out as possible. Like that. Yeah, that's an issue here. That is an issue. All right, well, the way to problem solve our way through this is to bring this down 1 tile and then extend this out like that. Okay, so now those 2 underground belts are even, and then we can place our assembly machine like this. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work. And let's move forward by placing down our inserters. So we have the gears, we have the plates. Now let's get the circuits over here. And we made those circuits in the last episode. What a beautiful thing. And we will bring them down this way. So let's do that. And we'll just continue that line over. And then we'll bring this down like so. All right. Under the wonderful conveyor belts and under the assembly machine. And let's continue our main bus here by using the underground belts. Like that. Wow. Amazing. Wow, we have reached our dead end here. Okay, and let's copy the inserter or sample the inserter and paste it there. And then what I will do is we will do our output like this. Now, before we move forward with this layout, we need to make sure we can get it over. And it appears like we can. Wow. You know what? We could actually just go over like this. And then we can grab our underground conveyor belt and do that. And the reason I want to do that is so that I can get a perfect 90 going parallel with the circuit boards like that, instead of a 1 tile gap. And then we can thread that over here to begin automating actually the science. Well, you could see that this is going to go from here all the way to here, I think that's going to work. Yeah, I'm all about cleanliness here, and I think that's going to work because we could belt it over like this, and we're going to have to bring it. Oh, that's the issue. So we're going to want to place our underground belts like this, exactly where we have the red signs. We want to do the same layout for the green signs. So we want to come up like this. And so as you can see, I'm going to have to weave this belt and go around like that. Well, we can make it a bit more cleaner if we weaved it from this tile here. And you can see it perfectly matches up. And then we can do the same thing for the conveyor belts. Like that. And so that looks so much nicer. And so I'm going to start from the end point here and work our way backwards to the starting point. And take a look at that, guys. I just dragged the belt over this belt here and it created the underground belts. Very nice. And so I'm going to do this. And then from here, we can go underground, and I hope it can reach this. And it can. Oh, that's beautiful. And so that's going to go over to feed these assembly machines to produce and automate the logistics science. Oh, this is so awesome. All right, let's continue like that. All right, let's place down a conveyor or a power pole, making sure that everything is pixel perfect. Yep, no spaghetti. There we go. And then we can output our inserters. Wow, guys, we are automating inserters for the very first time. Wow, we're being so productive. And let's continue with the lights or with the lamps. Oh, there we go. And then what I'm going to do is drag like this. Okay. The next step is to delete the center ones. Like that. And then, ooh, this is an issue. We gotta fix that again. So I have the assembly machines tucked up next to the underground belts. Hence, I could not place down my inserters. So let's place a 1 tile gap there. Right, guys? A 1 tile gap. There we go. Very nice. Now I will delete the center assembly machines. Okay. And then let's continue to craft up some more of these underground belts. And then what I'm going to do is just click and drag. It's like it works perfectly, like I'm supposed to be doing this layout. It's just working out so well. And let's continue with the other products. Wow. I'm pretty sure Factorio intended me to build this way. Okay, out of conveyor underground belts. And what do we need? Well, we need some more iron plates, the vein of my existence. So I'm just going to run and hold F to pick up the iron plates and right click to craft 5 at a time. Very, very, very nice. And then let's continue like that. All right, all right. And then we can shift right click and then shift left click to paste our recipe down on the assembly machine. And wow, we are becoming more efficient engineer as we progress our way through Factorio, learning all of the hotkeys. So then what I'm going to do here is click and drag, click and drag, and click and drag. Wow. Click and drag. And I'm all out of inserters. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And let's grab some more conveyor belts, and those are just right over here. We are automating a little bit of those, so I'm going to do control left click to grab 400, not conveyor belts, but transport belts. And R to rotate and drag the conveyor belts down so that we can offload the inserters. And then we'll just output them to the belt. Okay. And we can drag our power pole. Okay, let's do the other side. This way, everything is nice and organized. Look at that, guys. Wow, I'm learning so much, and I feel like I'm being really, really productive. And this is great. This is just great. And look at all of those conveyor belts, or all those inserters. Impressive, impressive. Very good. And we could think about doing a double belt in the future. But for now, I think this is, well, do we want to do it, guys? Do we want to set down another row? We could think about it. Let me meditate on this. We are crafting a lot of inserters here. Well, let's drag out the belts here. Okay, what's the farthest? Oh, this is the farthest. Okay, so we'd have to bend down like this. Oof. Guys, this is rough. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to fit another row here, because we have to come down with our main bus. Yeah, we do not have enough room. So this is bad planning on my part. Well, that's where the inexperience is coming into effect here. So we could come down like this and continue to trim these belts back a bit. Like so. Oh my goodness. This is getting out of control. Oh man. Okay, and we'll come over like this. Like this. Oh my goodness, guys, we do not have enough room. Well, let's put on our thinking hat and see how we can get around this. Oh, I was like, why are we not getting green circuits on both sides of the belts? Well, here's the issue. We're not getting the copper ingots over. We're not getting the copper ingots over. So let's figure out why that is. Oh, okay. So I need to go under like this and do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, problem solved. And now we'll get two sides of the belt with the green circuits. And I'm gonna quickly place down some lamps here. Yeah. That looks good. And guys, we should probably check the map and take a look at our pollution. Ooh, we're getting very close here, guys. We're getting very close. All right, so that's probably the next task is to build a defensive perimeter over here. And you can see on the map, we do have some cliffs, which are natural defensive perimeters. As you can see, there's the nest here. And I would imagine they would just kind of filter through here. So I think we could just right now place down some walls right here. And we'll use the natural barrier of the cliffs like that. And we'll double wall this like that. And then we'll just be proactive by placing down the conveyor belts like so. And then I'm going to grab our turrets that we automated in a couple episodes ago. I'm going to place that on the quick bar, and let's place down just a couple of these as a reminder. And what I like to do is I like to do a 2-tile spacing with the turrets. Okay, and then, oh my goodness, I'm out of inserters. Okay, well look, we can grab some of these firearm magazines from my inventory, and we can place them in here. And I already forgot what the keys are. Shift right click, shift left click, control. Okay, there we go. That will work. Oh, it's Z. It's Z. I think it's Z. Z is one item at a time. I think that's what it is. Okay, yeah, it's a one item at a time. So I'm going to distribute those one at a time, making sure that all of these turrets get enough of the magazines. That's looking pretty good. And a little there, and some there. Okay, excellent. And so if they do come down this way, they're going to run right into these turrets. All right, guys, let's continue to thread our main bus here. We need to figure out how to get the copper and iron plates threaded here. Well, I think the best solution and the only solution without taking down the factory is to do the underground belts. And I'm left clicking and dragging. Oops. What is going on here? That was my mistake. There we go. Okay, so I think that's how we're going to have to do this. And so then we'll go one tile over, and then we'll go down. And then we can continue our main bus. Like that. Yeah. There we go. And then all we need to do is connect these transport belts. Like that. All right, guys. Yeah, wow. This is a bummer. I was hoping to do 2 sides with the inserters, but we can't because I didn't plan properly. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. All right. There we go. And looking really good, guys. So let's continue with the logistics science. All right. And I'm going to place... Oh, we have no inserters. So let's begin storing up some of these inserters. And I'm going to do that by placing down some boxes. I think we could place... We'll come here and place one box here. And then we'll place an inserter here. I will limit this to 1 slot. And now I can just come down here and grab some inserters. Just like that. Oh yeah, super nice. So now we can grab inserters, we can grab some conveyor belts, some turrets, and eventually we're gonna wanna have like a centralized location for all of this so that I don't have to run across a factory and pick up those machines. Okay, well, look, one of the ways we can solve this, one side of the belt is placing down a splitter. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to place down a splitter and then we can join up like that. And all of a sudden we have a belt with 2 lanes of inserters. And you know what? I think it might look a bit nicer over here. Yeah, I would be in agreement. I think you guys would too. Okay, there we are, guys. And so let's continue what we did with the inserters. So we're just going to copy this. And yeah, I'm going to delete this. Actually, we'll do something like that to get started. And let's rotate that and do the same thing. Oof, we're out of underground belts, so let's right click to craft up 5 at a time. There we are. Let's delete this, rotate it, and continue to drag it on. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it, and we're gonna shift right click and shift left click to paste this, and then I'm going to sample this with Q, and I'm gonna paste this down. Like so. Okay, and then let's continue with the inserters. So we're gonna go in like this, left click and drag onto the assembly machines. So that's the transport belt. Now let's do the inserters. Like so. And then shift left click and drag. Sweet. And then I'm going to carry the power poles over. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to start. Oof. These are 1 tile off. See, this tile, this power pole is 1 tile up, and this one's 1 tile down. And so we're going to have to fix this. This is going to bother me. So we'll place that there. And then we'll place another one here and then click and drag. Ooh, I don't know why these are not matching up. I want them to match up. Yeah, like that. Now everything looks like law and order, not the law of the jungle. Okay, good. And oof, I realized my mistake here. We don't have enough range for these inserters. So I'm going to delete those and we're going to reposition these. Yes, I know, guys. This seems really ridiculous to some of you, and you know what? You wouldn't be wrong, but we all have our vices, and this is my vice. There we go. Okay, guys, those are all powered up. Indeed, indeed. Well, these are not powered up, so we're going to have to click. Oh, no. I don't want the spaghetti. Can I come over like this? Guys, I'm sorry. I cannot have power lines that are spaghetti. Okay, that's much better. And let's click, or let's attach it to the main line here. Okay, and then it looks like we're gonna have to reposition these lights. Excuse me, lamps. And let's So I did delete the inserters, so I'm going to, oops, not do that. Okay, so we'll go there, there. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna work. And we'll bring that right up here. And then we'll just continue the rhythm. There we have it, guys. Wow. Look at that. We are officially automating the logistic science. Unbelievable. Yes, one step closer to launching the rocket and getting the hell off of this planet. Okay, so with that all taken care of, I think the last thing to do, to put a little touch, is to add the lamps down. And we'll do lamp, space, lamp, space, lamp, space, lamp, so that we have a rhythm and it doesn't look chaotic. So we want everything to look orderly, organized. That's the way forward. All engineers would know this. If you're an engineer or maybe you're an accountant, we all understand that everything must be very orderly and efficient. And let's reflect that in the video games that we play. Right, guys? Yep. Okay, there we go, guys. I think it's time to begin automating some research. So that means I'm going to queue up some of these research facilities. And those take some copper cables and some electronic circuits. Oh, those are electronic circuits. I was calling them green circuits. Okay, wow. Electronic circuits. Man, I need to get my terminology correct here. Okay, guys, well, where do we want to set up our first array of science? Where do we want to set this up? Well, I think we can set the techno labs over here. And I want to make sure that there is room to expand the green and red science, so I don't want to build them up here. I want to branch them out over here. So what I'm going to do is let's work from this point, probably here. Like so. So we would go like this. And that will leave room for the power poles and the underground belts and the transport belts. And then we can come over here once our science lab, and we could, let's work with the spacing here. Boy, maybe I want to make this look really organized. Take your time. Yep, take your time. There we go. All right, well, so we'll do a space here, there, there. I don't know, something like that, guys. How does that look from a distance? It looks interesting. Maybe we can add a bit more space. Well, let's bring the transport belt over. Like that. And then we could place a fast inserter right here. And then we can come over with the conveyor belt. Or conveyor belt, I mean the power pole. And okay, so you can see these two power poles are really close together compared to this one and that one. So let's fix that by putting equal spacing between the two power poles. Yeah, I'm that anal. And we'll go like this. Okay, really nice, really nice. And then we can daisy chain this. And we'll come up with the power pole. Okay, and then we can place a lamp here and here. And let's continue this theme over. Oh, perfect, perfect. And then I'm going to sample this. Paste, 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 and paste. And then let's place down our lamps. So we'll do one lamp here, one lamp there, one lamp there, and one lamp there. Okay. Paste. Ooh, we're out of electric power poles. So let's craft up, I don't know, 20 of those. And then we can carry the power pole up like that. All right, guys, look at that. Our first science array in Factorio, the first time ever. And we have a wonderful start. Beautiful spacing with the electric poles, the techno labs. And I call them techno labs because it looks like it's a dance club when they are researching. And let's research something. Let's research, ooh, heavy armor. Heavy armor for more protection. I like that. And so, guys, look, it looks like a rave party. It looks like a rave party. So, yeah, techno lab. All right, and wow, what a beautiful thing this is. And if we take a look at our power production, the power is looking really good. And we're doing really good on the research here. And we're getting one step closer to unlocking trains. One step closer to unlocking trains. Now that we've encountered this issue with the conveyor belts, we need to kind of zoom out and see where we can bring the conveyor belts. And wow, we are working with a lot of tight spaces here. So we're going to be threading the bus in and out and around. I think that will give it a really cool organic look. So we can bring the belts down here, and then we could weave it over and come down and over, and it will kind of give it this organic look. And I think that's kind of cool, guys. And then hopefully we can get away from conveyor belts altogether and start using trains, which is the goal here. Okay, guys, heavy armor is done, and I'm sure I can replicate one of those. Oh, we need some... Oh, no, here it is. Oh, it needs steel plates. Okay. Well, I think I know what the next thing to do here is to begin automating steel plates. And what's this? Increase your mining speed. I couldn't agree more. Let's do that. Let's queue that up. And, ooh, we got a new tip here. Copy and paste. Oh, guys, it was in here the entire time. Copy and paste this. So Control+C to spawns the copy tool that allows you to save selection to clipboard, and then Control+V retrieves the last copy selection to be built. Shift mouse wheel up and shift mouse wheel down allows you to scroll through clipboard history. Wow, that's a really powerful mechanic. Let's try that out. So if I hit Control+C, Control+C, and then we can come over here, and then we can just paste this down. Oh, that's super nice. Yeah, we briefly took a look at this in the last episode. So that's really nice. That's really nice. And then we can retrieve that. Since we cleared our cursor, we can retrieve that by hitting Control+V. All right, and then I believe it said if we hit, is it Control, is it Shift up? No, Control Shift up. I cannot remember. Let's head back to the tips and tricks here and take a look at that. It's shift plus mouse wheel up. Huh. Shift plus mouse wheel up is not working. Did I read that wrong, guys? Oh, I think I need to have the entity in my cursor. So if I hit Control V, and then if I hit Shift mouse wheel up and down, oh, okay, there it is. Oh, that is very powerful. Very powerful. Okay, so I had to have the entity in or on my cursor for that to work. Okay, that didn't state it really clear in the tutorials there. But anyways, guys, well, look, in the next episode, I think we'll venture into automating some steel plates. We'll automate some steel plates, and this is going to set up a really particular array because all of our steel plates are going in this direction. So this means we're really going to have to think about this, and we're going to problem solve a really cool array here. And mainly it's going to be with the threading of the iron plates. So I might actually set up a dedicated array for the steel plates. Are they called steel plates? Let's take a look here. I'm going to press T and we're going to go down here. And it's called steel. I don't know. It's steel processing. Maybe they're steel beams instead of steel plates. They look more like steel beams to me, so I should probably call them steel beams. Okay, guys, well, let's queue up this research here. And this is going to make our weapons shoot a bit quicker. Very nice. And guys, I think I'm going to end the episode here. It's going to be, 8 minutes shorter than usual. But yeah, I think this is an excellent stopping point. And yeah, we accomplished automating the red and green science. We worked with rethreading our main bus. We automated some inserters. And I think this is a really good productive episode here. What do you guys think of my layout? I think this looks really great. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the episode here. In the next episode, we are going to be working with the automation of steel beams. I do know that steel beams go into automating, I think, engines. We need engines because we want to automate trains and train engines. All right. So that's our path forward, guys, is to the trains. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button. It's free and it doesn't cost you anything. It really helps promote my YouTube channel here. And if you would like to keep up to date with future episodes, subscribing would definitely help that. And if you would like to join the community, there is a Discord in the description. With that said, take care. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.